Welcome back to another episode of How Did They Grow? I created this podcast because I wanted you to learn how other coaches, freelancers, service providers, and course sellers are growing their business, landing 10 to 20 new clients every single month, paying them 50, 100, 200K months. See, if they've done it, you can too. And that's just the reality. And I want you to listen to these podcasts to understand what strategies are they using, what techniques are they exploring, because it's in these gems that you can apply it to your business and actually scale things up. When you're ready and you feel like you actually want to learn practical, proven methodologies, or even you want to hire a team that can build you a profitable personal brand, book in a chat with our team because we can guarantee you go viral and guarantee you get clients for your business.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the How Did They Grow podcast. And today we have on Christina Talone. I hope I pronounced that right.
You did good. You did good.
I did good. Okay. Christina, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, guys. So my name is Chris. They call me the Business Trapper. And I actually started my online business with 0 clients, 0 experience. I couldn't send an email. It was a bartender and a waitress. I couldn't work a fax machine. It was bad. I was a bartender and a waitress, and I seen all these people making money online. And I'm like, yeah, right. But I found a great coach, and I hit 5 figures in my first 6 months. So the first 6 months were rough. I almost got my car repoed. I tell this story all the time. But I held on and I stayed consistent. For baby entrepreneurs getting on the internet, I think the main one, it's 90% mindset and 10% strategy, right? Like mindset is everything, but it's consistency in those first couple months. Some of your videos might not take off. You're testing ideas, you're figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and you get better at going live. You get better at posting content, and you hit a mark. Like for me, I just kept doing it, and a video went viral. I was consistent. At the 6-month mark, a video went viral. I made $8,000 in 24 hours on a $27 product, and I just kept going after that. And then stop.
I think that's amazing. And you said in the beginning that it was your mentor who got you there, in terms of like their expertise. You were able to buy back your time in terms of not wasting that much time in learning how to run a business and doing all this. You saved that time with a mentor. It's kind of break that down and the importance of that to the audience.
So when you want to find someone that has the result that you want, right? Like you want to, and don't just look at that coach, look at what their students have. Look at the fruits of their labor, not just what they have. Because we got rented Lambos, we got rented houses. We know like the internet is capped, right? You can't make up 30, 40, 50 of your students or clients hitting success and doing it better than you. Like, that's the coach you want to go for. And when I'm saying that it's mindset, right? We put so much pressure on ourselves when we first go into this. It's like you think that you have to be where your 7-figure coach is or where you see these big gurus, and we forget where we are started. So reminding ourselves, like everybody had a starting point, and you could always go back to what you were doing, right? Like you don't have to make it big on the internet. You could always turn around and go back, and just giving yourself that freedom, and then knowing what freedom is. Because everybody says, I want freedom. That's like when you ask anybody why they want to work online, right? Why do you want to make money online? I want freedom. I want freedom. Freedom to do what? Right? Because freedom comes with responsibility. And if you don't have a coach, if you don't have somebody guiding you, you're going to block your money and your sales because you're really scared of that responsibility, right? Like we say we want freedom and we want money but it comes with different responsibilities. And that keeps a lot of baby entrepreneurs stuck at that $5,000-$6,000 range and not scaling. So when you have a mentor that's already done it and they've already been through the online thing, they can take you there so much faster.
Definitely. I definitely do agree with you. What would you say was your reason, in terms of, you said a lot of people are trying to make that money for freedom. What was your reason? Freedom to do what for you?
Like it was real freedom. Where I grow up at, like we talked about earlier, people go to jail, people hustle, and they lose their actual freedom. And so for me, I show people how to get business credit. And so I literally started off by showing my friends and family how not to go to prison, how we can access this money legally and open real businesses and feed our families. So freedom meant so much more to me in the beginning. I still don't say that I went online to have freedom. When people ask me how many hours a week do I work, all of them. Like, I love what I do. I'm always working. Even on vacation, I'm doing content. So to me, freedom was literally being able to help people be free and the freedom to choose. Like, if I don't want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, I don't have to. If I want to honor my body's energetic level and wake up at 3 a.m. and do content, I can. And then I can go back to sleep. And I get to show that to my daughter, right? So my daughter gets to know that we don't have to go to school and go graduate and go into debt and live life a certain way. She has the freedom to choose. Like, she does. She has the freedom to choose.
I think that's amazing. Real actual freedom, being able to do what you want without having to compromise yourself and your life and your family.
Definitely. And the ripple effect that has, like, when we first get up here, right? We're like, oh, we want to get clients. Like, you talk to so many of us. The whole focus is on getting clients, right?
Yeah.
And then you get those clients and you hit 10K months, and you're only going to hit your first 10K month one time. After you hit 10K months, the only thing left to do is show other people how to do it. The first time you hit $1 million is the first and only time you're ever going to hit $1 million once. The only thing left to do after that is to teach other people how to make $1 million. So this ripple becomes bigger. It's like you get up here and you want to make money and you want to have freedom and you want to be online. And then you keep going and this big old ripple trickles out and you start changing all of these lives, not just your friends and family, but strangers across the world, really. And you see just how small our big world is, right? I told you I was going to try not to cuss.
You're doing good. I definitely do agree with you. A lot of coaches get to that level where it's like, at the beginning stage, it's like, I want to make as much money from this coaching thing as possible. I want to serve, but I want to make as much money as possible. Then they get to the stage where the money really isn't the motivator anymore. They've fallen in love with their craft. And it's like, I could do this even if I wasn't getting paid. But obviously, a couple extra zeros in the bank wouldn't hurt.
And I think we have to be honest with ourselves, right? Like, selling is serving. When you have the results that you say you do, selling is serving. There is nothing wrong with wanting a bunch of money. My coach always says, money in the hands of good people does good things, right? So the more money we make, especially online, the more change you can make, the more difference you can make. And there's nothing wrong with making millions of dollars online. Like, it's the goal, right? It's the goal. Just know, before people made millions, they made 10,000. Like, before they made 20,000, they made 5,000. I had myself stuck at 30K months, right? So for probably about 4 months, I could not get past 30K. Okay. Like, I could not for the life of me get past 30K. And whether we know it or not, we actually we call in our income frequency, right? Like, we call in the problems to keep us blocked. Like, we call that in. And so I could not get past 30 months or 30K months. And, my coach opened my eyes to this, and she had told me, she said, picture 30K, like picture 60K, because that's what I was trying to get to. Picture 60K like it's your floor, not your ceiling. You're not shooting for the goal of 60K. 60K is just the floor of where you're at. And when I made those little pivots, right, in that mindset, and I literally, I took that in and I started looking at 60K as the floor, my business went crazy. It shot all the way up.
Amazing. Can you share with us what were the little changes you made? Obviously, the mindset bit matters, but what? Well, let's even go further back. That first 10K you made, what was that stepping stone? What got you there? For the sake of the audience.
The first 10K I made, this is funny. I was so scared to be on video. So I was really stiff like this, right? And I knew I had a good product, but I would talk like this and really, really low. And I'd be so scared. And so for 30 days, I made a Facebook group that nobody else could see, just me. And for 30 days, I went live in that Facebook group and just talked to myself about about business credit. And by the end of that 30 days, I was moving around in the camera like I was comfortable.
Yeah.
And so he's my boyfriend now, but I had met him through credit. And he was on me all weekend. He's like, you got to remake this video. You got to do this video. But it was a new platform. It was TikTok, not Instagram. And I was scared. I was like, oh my God. You don't think when you're doing this, you guys, that like posting on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook is a huge difference, but we psych ourselves out. And so he was on me all weekend. Finally, that Monday morning, I dropped my daughter off at school and I jumped behind the camera and I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And I touched my nose and I told myself, like, I can always go back to bartending. And so I recorded the video. I had my hair in a bun. I had no makeup on. I did not rehearse it. And I just hit send. I literally told myself, I recorded it and I hit send. And within, I don't know, probably 15 to 30 seconds, it had almost 1,000 views. Like that video went crazy immediately. And I realized it was the energy. I didn't have expectations for that video. The only thing that I expected is that if this didn't work, I could go back to bartending. I was just making a video. I didn't care if it went viral. I didn't care who comes. I was just making a video and hitting send. And I started to do other videos like that, right? With the neutrality, not expectations. Not every time I post this, it's going to go viral. Just with neutrality.
I hope you're enjoying this podcast. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're learning so much practical wisdom because that's what I really wanted from this podcast. Now, I just want to quickly say, if you're looking for a team that can actually help you explode and go viral with your personal brand with proven methodologies, I say this because I've been doing this for the past 5 years. We've got a team of 30 people who are ready to go ahead and explode your brand so you can get clients begging to work with you. Have a chat with one of our advisors. You can book in a chat using one of the links around this video because that chat might just change your life.
And that's the mindset shift that got you there. That's what's it called? What can I term it? You're not outcome driven. You were not outcome driven. What did you say?
Like is a skill set. Finding the neutrality was like a new skill set.
Yeah, it's a new skill set in itself. Yeah. Definitely. Amazing story. Now let's kind of segue into business. How were you able to use social media to scale the business itself? Like, how did you get your clients? Did you do a lot of ads? Did you do a lot of organic? Do you sell in the DMs? How does that work?
Okay, no ads. Now we're starting to implement ads, but in the beginning, it was all about connection, cultivation, conversion. It was all about connecting. In the beginning, like when I did that 8K, my first 8K in 24 hours, I didn't even have a website. I didn't even have a link that worked. People were coming in the DMs and I was like, jump in this class. And so it was all about connecting to my audience and being authentic. I didn't want to be like everybody else. I didn't care about having a built out funnel. I learned that as I got bigger. I learned that as I grew. So in the very beginning, it was really about connecting to people and really believing in the result that I had. Like I knew I had something that really helped people. And that was more important to me than any fancy website or the fancy traffic driving strategies. Like I was really selling a product. I see this a lot in my business students. We get so focused on the website, the design, the brand colors. I see so many people build out a course before they found a client. Like I see so many people have this great big 6-week course all built out and pretty and spend months doing it before they ever had anybody even interested in buying it, right? Yeah. So knowing what the people want and knowing how to connect to them and be able to market it in a way that they want it, right? I don't tell people you're going to have to come in and fix your personal credit. And then we got to build out your LLC and we got to do your articles. Like, you're going to be like, what? I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing that. I tell people, hey, you want 100K in 90 days? You want 100K in 90 days? People are like, yeah, hell yeah, I want 100K in 90 days, right? So it's learning those things. And as a baby entrepreneur, those are like the strategies that we test, right? Learning how to talk to our audience. That is what I was trying to get out. That's what got me.
Amazing. And just to kind of segue there, that's really, really similar to what we do in terms of our strategy with our content. Because when we're doing with our clients, it's dialing down that voice, dialing down what is your target clients, your ideal clients, who is that person, and speaking directly to them.
Definitely. That's what I don't jump on people's podcasts. I don't. But when I talk to you guys, I was like, first of all, your guys' energy is dope. But then when I kind of heard your mission and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going on there. I'm talking to them.
Amazing. Yeah. So kind of break. You told us what you were doing when you started. What are you doing now to get clients? How does that look like? Kind of share that value with our audience.
Okay, so now it's all built out, you guys. Now we're in social. Now we're in big scaling. Okay, now we have 28,000 followers on TikTok. I have over 250 students in my subscription. I have 2,000 people in groups. And so now I connected the dots. So I started with TikTok, I started with Instagram, and I would go on there and post. Now my post and my content all drive into each other. So if you see me on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram, you immediately get a DM. If you say, I want this thing, you're going to get a DM. That's going to say, hey, you can jump over here to this free Facebook group where we give you a bunch more knowledge. We give you a bunch more information. Hey, you want a fast track? You can jump into this subscription. So you put them in a funnel, right? That goes like this, and then they get down here and they don't go anywhere else. That also looks like I've met a lot of friends and made a lot of acquaintances along the way. And so I had an idea of connecting people to services with people who I knew had the result. So not only do I have my funnel and my scalability built out, but if somebody wanted to lose weight, I have somebody I can send them over here. Somebody wanted to do mindset, I can send you to my coach. So it's like I have my funnel and then I have little tunnels that go everywhere else. So that way, if you come in, no matter what you need, I can direct you to another place. Uh-oh, I think you froze.
I think I kind of lost you a bit.
Yeah, you froze. Our faces always look the best when they freeze. Like my faces, my students laugh at me all like I get stuck in the worst. It's
bad. Yeah. So let's kind of like you were saying that you got the funnel all figured out. I think that's where I lost you.
That's so I kept investing in myself. So first I was in my coach's $10,000 mentorship that I invested into her $30,000 mentorship, because that's important, you guys. Getting out here, and I'm not trying to push anybody's mentorships, but making sure that you are investing in yourself as you go to sharpen your mindset and learn different selling strategies. Because otherwise you're just going to be out here spinning. You're going to be in a funnel. You're going to be going down rabbit holes. And so I built the funnel up so everything connects, right? Everything leads back to Rome. No matter where you go, where you see me, it all brings you back to the Facebook group. And from there, you can decide if you want to do it yourself, get it done for you, or go into the subscription. When we were building this, though, I had met and built relationships with so many colleagues that had fire results. They had fire fucking programs. And so now we have tunnels that go to each other. So if you need your credit done, you come to me. If you need to lose weight, I can send you over here. If you want to do mindset or start your own business and brand, we can send you this way. And so now you have my funnel, but we have a community of entrepreneurs that we know have the results that they say they sell, and we're able to send clients any which way. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Amazing. So the big thing for you is the Facebook group and really the network.
Yeah, definitely. I would say once you have your content and you are being consistent, build a subscription. find a platform and start building a subscription. You want to build a bottom end number as a young entrepreneur, right? Online. If you are constantly selling courses in programs every month, you got a new launch, you're going to get burnt out, right? Because the energy that goes into delivery and sales, if you are never cutting that off and taking time to unplug, you're going to burn out before you hit 100K. So when you can take all your great ideas and all of your mini master classes and everything you got going on, and you can put that into a subscription where you have this on evergreen all the time, and people can go and get to know you, it like segues into them being able to ascend and grab one of your higher level masterminds. And it also gives you a place to put everything, so you're not constantly selling, a class or course or program, because you'll get burnt out. I'm just telling you guys the truth.
Yeah, it's like it's the low ticket to high ticket thing. It's like people are paying you to nurture them to get the high ticket stuff. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. They are. And not like, to me, when you have a subscription that's low ticket and you're able to really offer value, right? Like, you're not just in there giving fluff, like you're really giving people value, and you're not just talking about your big masterclass or your big program or they ascend naturally. So it almost sets you up. It does the work for you, right? It does the work for you. You don't have to be out here launching your mastermind all the time, because your funnel, your clients are naturally seeing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're constantly being nurtured. So even if you do launch that thing, there are already people ready who are already being nurtured. They're gonna pick it up.
Yeah, they have the know, like, and trust. And through the subscription being low ticket, people will invest $27 or $97 just to see if you have what you say you do, right? Like, they'll invest that. And if you do, they're going to stay, and then they're going to naturally ascend. In kind of, I don't know about you, but I feel like that's the way the market's going anyways. I think the days of people buying through funnels at 10K mentorships they're sick and tired of hearing people talk about themselves and not have what they say they do. So they want to see what you got in that $97 one. Has been kind of how we watch the trend go. But it creates a bottom number. It doesn't just create the know, like, and trust. It creates a bottom number in your business. It creates stability. So like when I started my monthly subscription, that had me at like 15 to 25,000 every month, no matter what. And then you're able to scale on top of that. Did I say that right?
Yeah. As you said, it creates stability. Like, you always know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. You can have an average bottom number. Yeah.
What are some of your goals, for 2025 in terms of you and your business and, the business trapper?
So 2025, I am on a mission to create 10 more six-figure earners. I have multiple mentees that have hit six figures. We have a very special method that allows you to sweep and fix your credit and build it at the same time. And so we want to create more business owners. We want to empower more single mothers. We want to help more felons who are coming out of prison be able to open businesses and change their lives. We want to be able to take these businesses and make an impact in our communities. So that is the goal for 2025, is bigger, better, and more. We just had a client finance a Maybach with zero money down. His credit was trashed a year ago. He just financed a Maybach with no money down. I don't even have a Maybach yet. Like, my clients are beating me. Okay, I don't have a Maybach. And that's the goal. The goal is just to see people do it faster and better, and be able to build generational wealth in their families.
I think that's amazing. How about kind of give us what's going to be the biggest thing pushing you for that, to get that in 2025? What's going to be the biggest factor?
The biggest thing pushing me? Oh, my bully 5-year-old daughter. I have a bully for a daughter. Okay. My child she is everything. She is everything. But watching her mimic me in the mall and act like she's doing Zoom calls and classes that she's teaching, and watching her grow and form her personality. And knowing that she's watching me, that is my biggest driving force, right? Knowing that I get to hand her the world and that she gets to see it from my hard work it keeps me going every day.
Amazing, amazing. So the question I was going to ask is like, okay, now we've seen where you want to get to in 2024. What do you think is going to be a hindrance in getting you there? What kind of thing? What's gonna stop you in terms of what if you don't sort something out? What's gonna stop you if you don't sort that thing out?
It's always getting out of our own way, right? It's always dealing with we don't feel ready until after we do it. And so no matter where you're at in your journey, no matter if you're starting or you're growing bigger, you are always going to face that. And a lot of times it keeps us stuck. And the more money you make, the bigger that fear gets of the unknown, of the success. And so when you think about scaling and growing, you also think about being seen by more people and all the other stuff that comes with it. And for me, that's something with having 7 felonies in a past like I do, that is something that I know that I am my biggest obstacle. And so this is why I make sure I stay with my coaches and that I continue to take care of myself so I can stay out of my own way. But other than that, ain't nothing else stopping me. Ain't nothing stopping you. Nothing. Listen, all strategies work. All strategies work as long as you do your mindset. As long as you take care of you, any strategy will work. Even bullshit strategies work.
Yeah.
Throw out of there. You pull it out.
Amazing. You know, it's like in sales when they say, no matter how trash the product is, you knock on 1,000 doors, somebody's gonna buy.
Like seriously, like somebody will buy. Our coach told us that people pay for farts in a jar. And I was like, what? And then she showed us on the internet that people pay for this. And I said, oh, no. You can sell anything. You can sell anything. It really is perseverance and consistency and just getting good at sales. That's all.
Yeah. Amazing. I think that we've kind of come full circle here. Let me just ask you, where can the people, go to find out and learn more about your work?
So I am the Business Trapper across all social medias. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, school. You can jump into the school subscription. Even on YouTube, there is some videos that give you tons of information. So it's the Business Trapper.
Amazing. I think I found it.
Oh, on IG?
Yeah. Amazing. This has been an amazing one, Chris. Hopefully we can have you on some other time.
I would love that. You guys have a good day.
I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. I want you to go away and execute everything there is that you've learned. Now, one thing I will say is if you're in a position where you're ready to actually take things to another level, you want structured, clear guidance, you want a team that can actually help accelerate you, book in a chat with our advisors. Why? We can blow up your personal brand to attract clients begging to work with you. All you got to do is book in a chat with our advisors and we can help make it happen. Sound fair enough?